What's up, man? It's the OG, not the boy, the OG. Keep hustling, Kim. And I just wanted to, start doing these little story times because I be having a lot of shit to say. Instagram stories ain't long enough. Like, I just be wanting to tell my story on some shit. So, boom. This is my Hurricane Ida story. Boom, this how it went down. So, boom, I'm watching the news that whole week. They like a storm coming, a storm coming. It's off the coast of Florida. It's like, down there around the islands and things. Then it moves into the Gulf. Now, being from Louisiana, when it's a storm in the Gulf, we got a problem. Because chances is, it ain't going to Alabama. It ain't going to Mississippi. It ain't going to Texas. It's coming straight to southern Louisiana. But anyway, so boom. This storm works its way into the Gulf. Now I'm getting a little nervous. You hear me? They talking about category 2, category 3, category 4. I'm hearing all type of shit. I got small children. 5 to be exact. 4 of which live in Louisiana with me. Not with me, but we share the state of Louisiana. But, so I calls up my baby mama. Yo, trying to evacuate. Click, hung up on me. I call her again. Yo, trying to evacuate. Click, hung up on me. So I goes home. I tell my girl, I'm like, look, I call my baby mama trying to get my kids to evacuate. She don't want to let me get them. She hanging up on me. My girl like, you want to try again? I'm a grown-ass man. I'm not fucking playing them games with an adult. No, I don't want to try again. So, boom, I packs me and my girl up and her son. We evacuate. Straight bust out. Shoot out. We go out of town by my people's house. Boom, we laid up, big chilling. You hear me? We straight. We stayed by my people for about 2 days. The storm done passed and everything, but I'm hearing they ain't got no lights in New Orleans. It ain't no food. It ain't no gas, no water. The quality of living has went down. I'm hearing all that, so I'm like, man, look, we just gonna camp out a few days and see how things go, and then when it's safe to go back to Louisiana, we gonna go home. So, boom. About the second or third day I was out of town, I get a call. Bing! You hear my answer. What was that? Like, oh, Kentrell, your kids out here in New Orleans, they roof done caved in, they ain't got no food, they ain't got no water, they suffering. You just gonna leave your kids like this? Instead of arguing with the person that called me, I said, you know what, you right. Let me get myself together. I'm gonna hop on the highway tonight, and I'll be there tomorrow to pick my kids up. Boom. I come up with a plan real quick. I'm like, because I'm already knowing if I get my kids, I can't leave their mama in the belly of the beast. I can't. Even if we not together, I'm just not cut like that. I'm not cut like that to not help a person when I have the means to help them. It don't matter what we've been through. You hear me? So I tells my girl the whole entire truth of what's about to go down. So I'm like, look, babe, I'm gonna have to drop you off, I'm gonna have to take you to your by your people or whatever, because you wouldn't be a problem around her, but she would be a problem around you. So boom, takes my girl and her son by her grandma. You hear me? I bust out, I go get my kids. Now mind you, I done drove 10 hours. Once you factor in traffic, I done drove damn near 13 hours to go get my kids. I get to New Orleans, ain't no food in New Orleans. Ain't no water in New Orleans. Ain't no gasoline in New Orleans. So like a big dog, I brings all that with me. You hear me? I brings my kids food, take that. I bring them water, take that. Take these Capri Suns and all that. Take these Clorox wipes, take this hand sanitizer and paper towels and toilet paper and, different toiletries and things of that nature y'all might need. But your daddy got to get some things together in the city, and I'm coming back, and we leaving tonight. We getting out of New Orleans tonight. Soon as, that's the first time ever in my life I came home to New Orleans and left the same day. You hear me? So boom, I get my kids, and then I take them to Mobile, Alabama. They ain't had no hotels. I'm calling Montgomery, Alabama. I'm calling Mobile, Alabama. I'm calling Pensacola, Florida. Destin, Florida. Panama City. I'm calling everywhere right here in this little Gulf Coast area, like anywhere within 10 to 15 hours of New Orleans, because I wasn't trying to drive too much. They ain't really had no hotels. So we ended up in a whole trap house type hotel. I ain't tripping me. Like, I'm like Gates. If I could pray there, I could stay there. You hear me? If I could pray there, I could stay there. I'm not tripping. I'm from the East. The old East at that. You hear me? So, boom, we end up getting this little trap hotel. Now, if you from New Orleans and you out the East, it's a hotel like the Weber. You know, the Weber on Chef. You hear me? Once you pass Chef at Bundy, the Weber, like right up in that area. We in some shit like that. Now, I can tell my baby mama ain't happy, but at this point in life, it ain't my job to add to your happiness. Any woman who life I'm in, only thing I can do is add to the happiness you already have. I can't make you happy. But it ain't my job to add to her happiness. We not together, and you don't let me see my kids. You don't let me see my kids at all. You ain't even call me and tell me my kids was in trouble. You ain't call me and tell me y'all was starving and all that. You didn't tell me that. You just let it happen. Somebody else had to call me and tell me that. So, boom. You hear me? I get them to the hotel. Boom. My mama get to calling me now. Now, mind you, my mama was out of town when the storm hit because she had went on a little vacation to Boston. And now her vacation coming to an end and she trying to get back home to New Orleans. I'm like, Mom, you can't go back to New Orleans right now. It's tore up in New Orleans. Ain't no food, ain't none of this, that, and the third. She like, well, my husband want to go back home. I got to do what my husband want me to do, this, that, and the third. So they couldn't even fly into New Orleans. They flew into Jackson, Mississippi. Boom. Now, I'm in Mobile, Alabama. She in Jackson, Mississippi. I'm estimating right now. We probably about 2 hours apart. I'm estimating. So she like, I need you to come get me. I'm like, all right, let me get my kids and my family in this hotel. And I'm going to come get you. So, boom, I call her back once I get them settled in at the hotel. She like, don't worry about it. My husband people going to come get us. His people didn't show up. And then his other people finally showed up the next day to come get him. And, you hear me? Once his people come to get him, they took him to New Orleans. I just told her. New Orleans not the place to be. You hear me? But anyway. So now, boom, I done went to sleep, woke up the next morning. I tell my baby mama, I'm like, look, I got to go get my mama. You hear me? Don't nothing move without moms. If I was ever down on my luck, my mama picked me up. My mama stood by me 100%. You hear me? Anytime I ever went to jail and I had a bind, moms was coming through. You hear me? My mama did it all for me. I was blessed. I had a good mother. You hear me? We probably don't see things the same way. We don't see life the same way, but that's every relationship with everybody. You hear me? But I got to go get my mama. That's off the dump. So I turns that bitch around. You hear me? I leave my kids and my baby mama in a hotel. I take my oldest son from that relationship. I let him ride with me. You hear me? He ain't nothing but like, he's 6. I let him ride. I just wanted his company. Boom, come on. We push out. You hear me? We go to New Orleans. We pick my mama up. Boom. And mind you, my stepdaddy, I was driving my mama vehicle the whole time for Hurricane Ida. My stepdaddy, he took the insurance off my mama vehicle when he know I'm driving it, trying to escape the storm. Nigga, I'm not trying to go to no motherfucking Bella Noche and Baton Rouge and no shit like that. I'm motherfucking trying to save my life with this bitch. You hear me? And he took the insurance off on some hoe ass shit. You hear me? It's all good though. So before I go pick my mama up, I know they ain't got no gas in New Orleans. My stepdaddy don't know what's going on because he just come from Boston. You know what I do like a real nigga? I lays up there and I bring him 8 gallons of gas back to New Orleans after you done took the motherfucking insurance off the car while I'm driving it all across the country. I never let a bitch-ass nigga turn me into a bitch-ass nigga. But, you know, keep going with the story. So I get my mama, I get back to the hotel, my baby mama flashing, tripping. You fucking left us here all day and this, that, and the third. She acting mad and ungrateful. I'm like, yo, y'all ain't had no water to take no bath. Y'all ain't had no food. Y'all didn't have nothing. But me, I tried to prevent that. You hear me? Because I called you before the storm kicked off. Boom. Y'all was in 90-degree weather. It'd be hot as a motherfucker in New Orleans during hurricane season. It's hot. Y'all ain't got no AC, no water, no nothing. I come through with ice and everything you need. And I bring you to a hotel. It ain't the best hotel, but this bitch got AC, it got cable, and 2 beds and the water running. You hear me? The sheets was clean. You hear me? So, boom, I'm doing everything to try to make her more comfortable, and I don't even fuck with shorty. We not together. You hear me? I go holler at the Alabama niggas outside. Like I said, it's a trap telly. They trapping out there. You know, man, look, what a weed at? Oh, New Orleans, what's up? Whoa, in New Orleans, man, all that's fine and dandy. Look, I want some weed. You hear me? I gets the weed. I don't smoke. Cigarettes or weed. I don't drink any of that shit. I gets the weed for her. I go bring her the weed. I don't want nothing from you. You got me fucked up. You treat my kids any kind of way, you low down bitch. I'm like, cool. I take the weed back. I go bring it back to home and see, man, look, I know you about to see, man, this nigga crazy as a motherfucker. But look, just from me wasting your time, keep that money, and you can take the weed too. You hear me? I don't smoke. I bought that for somebody else and they tripping. So you keep the money from me playing with your time and you keep the weed. You hear me? Boom. So I ain't tripping. You hear me? We still in Alabama. Now my mama tired from her vacation and shit. You know, my mama older. I was her last child. Boom. So I'm like, look, I'm gonna let moms get some sleep, and then we gonna push out the next day. In my mind, I know I'm not about to be driving because fuck, I'm 29 years old, but to my mama, I'm still a baby. Like she don't believe I could get on that highway and really get it in, even though, you know, I'm in the process of getting my CDL right now. She don't believe I could get it in. So I'm like, I know my mama gonna wanna drive. So I let her get her sleep. She drove. Then she drove us to Savannah, Georgia by my people or whatever, you heard me? So now, me, my kids, my baby mama, and my mama, you know, all of them went inside once we pulled up to my people house in Savannah, Georgia, a 10-hour drive from where we was at. So I'm sitting in the car because I done argued with this girl the entire trip. It got so real that I went to Walmart, I bought some melatonin, and I popped the melatonin. I bought some headphones, threw them in my ear, and just Z'd out. You heard me? But once I went to sleep, she was still with the shits. I'm asleep now, so now she trying to get on my mama, and you just let your son do whatever. And really, I being ungrateful. Now, mind you, she didn't have $1 or a fraction of a food stamp. You hear me? But you doing the most. You doing the most. When a nigga came through for you. And if I ever needed you to come through for me, you didn't show up. But it's cool. Like Gay said once again, have you ever been betrayed and left alone? Fuck it, I can get it on my own. I know how to get the money long. You hear me? I really stand on that. I'm one of them men. And if you know me, you know. You hear me? So, boom. She just giving my family a hard time. They go in the house. I stayed in the car because I've been fussing with her the whole trip. I'm like, I ain't even going in the house. I'm about to chill in the car, give my mama like a 45-minute break from driving, and I'm going to get her to take me to my auntie house because I got family in Savannah, Georgia. We at my uncle's house right now. I'm going to get her to take me to my auntie house. So, boom. The whole 45 minutes they inside, my mama not a problematic person. And if it's a problem, she don't care if somebody checking her about me. She not going to bring it to me. She going to handle it. So, boom. My uncle finally come outside and said, bro, you got to come get this girl. I said, no, Unc. I told you I ain't want to bring her to your house. I said, I don't want to bring her to your house and disrupt y'all peace like that. This girl be tripping. And you know what you said, Unc? You my uncle and I love y'all. I never lie on you. You said, come on, bro. You know I ain't nobody worrying about her. You my nephew. You good. You good enough? So I come through. In 45 minutes of her being at your crib, she went to flashing out. So at this point, you hear me? I'm like, man, you know what? I'm about to dip. I go call my mama. Look, man, you would take me over there. Take me by my auntie house, please. I goes by my auntie house. You hear me? Now I'm with my cousin, I'm with my auntie, I'm with my uncle, we chilling. You know, I lays down, you know, I go to sleep. I wake up the next morning, boom, and shoot straight out. Back to New Orleans, I'm gone. I left my 4 kids, my mama, and my baby mama. Because I had to. Because my baby mama, she really got a beef with me. She got a vendetta with me. It ain't about no money. Because she'll tell you out her own mouth. If my kids wanted a PlayStation 4 is what they got. You heard me? They got, as a man, digging in my pockets and off my grind and my efforts, I always did the best I can by my kids. And I can look God in the face and see that. You hear me? I ain't gonna argue with nobody about that because I know what I did. And check this out. People out there, they know my mama. They know my daddy. If I couldn't do it, them people would have did it. You hear me? So my kids ain't never go without on account of their daddy. But with that being said, I hops on the bus the next day and push out back to New Orleans. You hear me? They say she cutting up the whole time I'm gone. Where his bitch ass at? He ain't gonna help me with my kids. She called my phone. So you ain't gonna help me with my kids? You know what I told her? No. No, I ain't gonna help you with your kids. Because when we in the city, you don't even let me see my kids. You hear me? And I ain't even gonna make this all about her because I really don't give a fuck. If you know me, you know what type of person she is. This just me doing something therapeutic for myself and working on my mental health. You hear me? This is like my diary, and I'm welcoming y'all in. And this was just, you know, my first video, my Hurricane Ida story. I hope you enjoyed it, you know. Like and subscribe. I'm going to keep coming with these stories. I ain't no big YouTuber. I'm going to keep it all the way G. I'm not editing nothing. I'm not doing no fancy intro or none of that. This is just me welcoming y'all into my diary, welcoming y'all into my mind in the way I think as a young black man that been through it. And I came out unscarred. You hear me? Salute. I'm one of them men.